Hello, everybody. I want to start by, Glenn, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Glenn has come to our lab for many years as an advisor. She was the one that worked with directors and helped them learn how to talk to actors. That's a huge thing, because directors come scared of actors. But this was amazing, and she's been on our board. She really holds on to what Sundance is and why we care about artists. I also want to thank Amy for sharing Bob's deeply moving words. My God, they mean the world to me. It has been a true partnership and an adventure of a lifetime. We all wouldn't be here without Bob's extraordinary vision and his commitment to supporting creative expression and transforming the landscape for artists and audiences to engage with independent film. I just want to please hold on to Bob Redford and his vision. So I just want to put that out there. And Mari, thank you for your beautiful introduction. Working with you as a fellow, you talked about Diary of a Teenage Girl. We loved having you at the lab. And now as a creative advisor, you're back at our labs. You've given so many artists an opportunity to learn how to develop their scripts and find their confidence, and I underline, find their confidence to create bold and groundbreaking stories. Recently, the writer Toni Morrison shared, and this meant a lot to me, so I share it with you. Each and every one of you has the power, the will, and the capacity to make a difference in the world in which you live in. Artists are the gatekeepers of truth. We are civilization's anchor. We are the compass for humanity's conscience. Art in its highest form is art that serves and instructs society and human development. As some of you know, we recently lost our family home in the fire that burned down most of the Palisades. It's a deeply devastating time for us and so many others, a moment that calls for all of us coming together to support our bigger community. As a friend recently noted, and I have to listen to this, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. We lost our village, but at the end of the day, we are the village. Before I share this award with our beautiful Sundance community, I wanted to share the inspiration provided by my family. My mother, Helen Satter, a resilient Holocaust survivor, is about to celebrate her 102nd birthday. Pretty amazing. She's also one of the great bridge players. Don't go up against her. Her unwavering spirit, determination, and compassionate heart taught me that true fulfillment comes from using our privilege and our talent to make a positive difference in the lives of others. I grew up in a house surrounded by my father's art and was immersed in a world where creativity knew no bounds. His work was everywhere, serving as a constant reminder of how art can bring beauty and truth into a dark world. My journey to Sundance started right after college when I co-founded a performing arts organization in Boston, which we named Articulture, Art for People's Sake. That made sense. Several years later, a close friend called me with a question that would forever change my life. Would I consider coming to the Sundance Institute in Utah for the first month-long filmmakers lab that Robert Redford was starting up? How can you say no to that? It was an immediate yes. And that June, I arrived at Sundance on this beautiful blue sky day. I still remember the whispering music of the quaking aspens and the sight of majestic Mount Timpanogos. In that magical setting, Redford laid out his vision. Well-established screenwriters, directors, and actors would share their decades of experience with filmmakers early in their careers with the goal of helping them write and direct the best version of the stories they were destined to tell. Redford's founding vision focused on supporting bold, independent artists, creating a culture of generosity, and I underline that, a culture of generosity, risk-taking, and making an unwavering commitment to artistic integrity, creative freedom, and the support of storytellers from underrepresented communities. For me, this was absolutely love at first sight. My journey might have ended at that first visit to Sundance. It was just a month, but I asked for 5 minutes with Bob before leaving the mountain. With all the confidence I could muster, I told him he needed me to open an LA office and help him fulfill the vision that he had created. He looked at me for a moment and then said, "Sure, call me when you get there." And right then and there, I learned quickly that when somebody says yes, stop talking. I returned to Boston and thought that maybe I had imagined the conversation. And nervously, I called his assistant the next day, told her what Bob had said. She laughed and said she would check with him and let me know. I was really nervous. But the next day, I got the call that forever changed my life. So today, I want to extend my gratitude to the filmmakers who I had the privilege of working with, whose profound storytelling has ignited profound change in our world. Through their creative brilliance and courage to spark vital conversations, their stories have become a powerful force for empathy, understanding, advocacy, and yes, entertainment. And over our 4 decades, hundreds of filmmakers, including those honored tonight, have been supported by our labs and festival, with many of them celebrated by Academy Awards, Golden Globes, Independent Spirit Awards, Guild Awards, critics, festivals all over the world. I'm taking a sip of water. Oop. Put that down. Okay. So I wanted to say that we have an incredible host committee, which is our alum and advisors. And I'd like to ask those in the room who've been a part of our extended and essential filmmaking community to stand up and be recognized. Please get to your feet. There's so many here in the room. I want to especially acknowledge Scott Frank and Jesse Nelson, the artistic directors of our recent January Screenwriters Lab. So before coming to the festival, I was there at Sundance, which is the beautiful place. It's where it all started. Their generosity and wisdom, which was shared by them and so many others in this room, has forever transformed the work and lives of thousands of filmmakers from all over the world. I'm honored by this beautiful tribute in recognition of my lifelong work at the Sundance Institute. But I do this work, people who know me know I do not seek attention. I do this work with joy and the constant inspiration of Bob's change-making vision. And also want to say that the journey that brought me to this moment was never taken alone. It was always a collective effort. It was shared every step and every mile with my brilliant colleagues over 4 decades. And I could spend the evening with names, but I'm going to make it small. I want to take this moment to acknowledge Amanda Kelso, who you met earlier, Yves Burnau and Pat Mitchell for chairing this event, the wonderful Tammy Rosen, and our great colleagues, my great colleagues. I couldn't be here without them, and that is Elise McKimmey and Shara Rockowitz. And them, along with an amazing and extraordinary group of board members who are here, who've kept us going, our staff, our amazing staff, our partners, actors, crew, everyone who's here tonight and has been part of this incredible community and journey. And I'm also deeply grateful to my family with me now, sitting with me, who mean everything. My incredible husband, David Latt. He's been a constant source of inspiration, compassion, and love. As a writer and producer, he helped me understand what artists need to fulfill their creative lives. And David has always been there for me, sharing our mutual love of family and giving back. And I'm also profoundly grateful for the inspiration and joy we've experienced with our son, Franklin Latt. He has carried on the legacy of supporting artists and creatives as his ongoing work and purpose. Through his role as co-head of motion picture talent at CAA, it's a big job. He has worked hard to ensure that artists can thrive in our industry and find the opportunities to do great work. So tonight, let's stand side by side to support the artists who shape our world now and in the future, and elevate the unlimited potential of cinema. Let us take this moment to celebrate the collective impact that we can all have when we come together as an inclusive community. And as our late, beautiful son, Michael Latt, a social justice leader, yes, who started his career at the Sundance Festival, he volunteered. He actually volunteered on the crew at the lab, although he didn't like waking up early for that, but he did. But he would want to say to all of you, leading with love, building community, and fostering equity and cultural change through art and storytelling, it is our essential way forward. Thank you.